Hello everyone, my name is Jackie and today I'm sharing with you my 2020 review and my 2021 goals. I have everything written down for my review in my 2020 planner and I have my goals written down in my 2021 planner. Those are the Always Fully Booked planner and I absolutely adore them. And they each have a wrap-up page for the whole year. And that's where I'm going to look at for last year. So I'm just going to talk through everything that's on this list. Alright, so the first thing my Always Fully Booked planner asked for is my favorite book. And that's really difficult because I usually have more than one favorite book. But for that year I could narrow it down to at least two. One of them being Loveless by Alice Oseman, which is about an aromantic and asexual girl who's figuring out her sexuality, and House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, who is just one of my favorite authors of all time. It's about Bryce and Hunt who together have to hunt a demon who kills people in their city. That's at least how it begins. My favorite series of this year is a bit more complicated because I didn't really finish any series, but I'd say my favorite up to that point is, of course, the Montague Siblings by Mackenzie Lee. The first one being The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, and the second one, The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. The third one isn't yet released, but I'm really excited for it. The best standalone I read is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which I absolutely adored. It's a standalone high fantasy, so it's a chunker, but it's just so amazing. It's set in a world with dragons, and in the western part of the world all dragons are seen as evil, but that's mostly because they think of the fire breathers, while on the east they also have water dragons who are referred to as gods. But when the fire breathers steer again, they all have to work together to save the world. A standout author for me was Alice Oseman. I had only read her Heartstopper comics until this year, and then I read all of her books. And I absolutely adored them all. My favorite OTP are Nick and Charlie from the Heartstopper comics by Alice Oseman. They are just the cutest. My favorite characters from new books this year are Felix from Felix Ever After by Kacen Callender, Georgia from Loveless by Alice Oseman, Victor and Eli from Wishes by Wee Schwab, Rev from Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, and Bryce and Hunt from House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas. The best movie I watched in 2020 is The Old Guard, which is about a group of immortals who are soldiers. It's set in our time and a new immortal shows up. They're really great. My favorite TV show, that's another one where I couldn't pick just one because I have two that are so different from each other, but I adored them both. The first one being Lucifer, which is about the devil who is on Earth, and together with a human detective he solves cases. And the other one being Love Victor, a spin-off to Love Simon, which is absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm not telling you my top 10 books because I'm making an extra video for that, but I'm giving you my reading stats. So I read 116 books, but 3 of those are the same book because I read it to my little cousin, but it was a book I really liked, so I decided to count it. Also, I needed it to reach my goal. So yes, I completed my reading goal, which were 53 books, one for each week. So that's done with. The total pages read are 42,979 pages. That's a lot, but I think I could do more. We'll see. My most read genre is of course fantasy, closely followed by YA contemporary. The number of print books I read are 91.5, and it's 0.5 because with one book I switched in the middle of the book from an ebook to the physical book. The number of audiobooks I read were 22 and the number of ebooks are 3.5. I'm not a great ebook reader. The average star rating I gave are 4.2 stars, and the number of books I hold are 144, which is a lot. So that means for my reading goals from 2020. As I said, I surpassed my Goodreads challenge from 53 books with reading 160. Then I also played a TBR game, TBR Bingo, which I mostly failed at, but I had a lot of fun doing it. so I'm definitely going to keep up with TBR games, although I'm now doing another one. If you haven't seen it, I will leave the link to the video down below. It's called TB Archery and I had a lot of fun filming it. Then I wanted to read 30 minutes every day. I didn't quite do this as much as I wanted. I will leave my graph up here, my tracker. Then I wanted to reduce my physical TBR to at least under 100 books. Well, that was an epic fail. I started 2020 with 111 unread books, and by that point I have over 140. I'm doing an unhaul, but still it's way too much. Another reading goal for 2020 was to read ARCs and 3 copies I got from work closer to the release date of the books, which for the most part I sadly didn't do. I just was in a lot of reading slumps over the year, or long reading slumps, so that sadly didn't happen. Then I wanted to post on BookTube at least once a week. That didn't happen either. When I posted, then I posted 2 times a week, but then there were weeks or even months in between where I didn't post at all. So I definitely need to get better at that. I also wanted to write reviews for all the books I read. That didn't happen either. I stopped after a couple of months. And the last thing I wanted to do was write every day. I stopped that after January. I was just not feeling it. So I made 2 more graphs. I made one for pages per month, with my baddest month being March, where I didn't even finish a book, and then another one for books I read per month, with once again March being the worst because it was just the month I didn't finish anything at all. My best reading months were over the summer, June, July and August. I didn't have enough room on my pages per month graph to actually fill those out until the end. But I also finished the year really strong in December. Yeah, and the same is mostly true for my books per month spread. It's just that in July I apparently read a lot of bigger books, which means that graph is a bit shorter. I also participated in the reading challenges that are put into this planner. The first one being the A to C challenge, which I nearly completed. I just didn't read a book that starts with Y, and I don't have a book that starts with C, so I need to get one, definitely. Then there's the AFB reading challenge, which I completed. Reading Rainbow challenge, which I only missed the bonus for silver and bronze, and the on the cover challenge, which I completed too. So yeah, that was 2020, and now to 2021. That's my goals pages, which I really love. So they are pretty similar to last year's, but first one being play TB Archery every month and read the books that are picked for me, please. There's just 1 month where I didn't even play TBR Bingo last year, but there are a lot of months where I didn't read the books, so I definitely need to read the books TBR Archery picks for me. Then my Goodreads reading challenge are 115 books. My personal goal that I hope to achieve are 200. If I'm reaching 115 with enough time left to read a lot of books still, then I will change it up. So once again, it's read 30 minutes every day. That's a goal that I hope to achieve this year, really. So just go to bed half an hour before I have to be asleep and read until I have to be asleep. And I will also try to read in the mornings before I get to work. Once again, reduce my physical TBR to under 100 books. If it's for reading, if it's for unhauling, I don't care, I have to reduce it. I don't have an exact number at the moment because I still need to do an unhaul. I need to go through all my books and decide which ones I want to keep. I think I picked out around 20 or something already to unhaul, so that leaves me with around 120 books. So I will try to get that under 100. Then, same goal as last year, read ARCs and review copies from work closer to the release date. Hopefully I will be able to keep it up throughout the year. My YouTube goal is once again to post weekly. For January I have already scheduled 2 videos per week. I still need to film them, but I have enough ideas that will work, but I think there will be some months where I will only post once a week because I just don't have that many ideas, honestly. But also post regularly on Instagram. I post on Instagram mostly the books I read and then some photo challenges in between. And there are times where I just don't post and then I have a lot of books to post in the next month, and I don't want to do that. I want to post closer to when I finish the book. And write more reviews, at least 2 per month. So not for every book, but for the books I love the most, at least. And yeah, for the last place for a goal to put, I just pushed my wish, my dream for this year. I want to travel again. I want to go to London in the summer. I want to go to York. So I really hope we will be able to do that. I'm also going to make a video for series I want to finish in 2021 and books I want to read in 2021. But those are other videos that I will post at a later date, so I will show you that. But yeah, that's my goals for next year. I don't make any goals for followers or viewers just because I don't think it's really necessary, as long as I have fun making them. But if I could get just a few more people viewing my booktube videos, I would be very happy. Of course. So yeah, let me know down below what your goals for 2021 are, if you managed to reach your goals for 2020, if you've read any of the books I mentioned and want to talk about them, whatever, or if you don't have a lot of time or don't know what to write or want to just leave me an emoji. Any emoji you just want. And yeah, I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!